What's up, y'all? So today, I'm just going to propagate into the realm. Propagate. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, today let's just kind of talk. Well, AI is doing a lot of things right now with our society, and some people can say it's making it better, it's making things simpler, it's making us stronger, but I don't think you know what strong is. Maybe you should ask for the definition of strong when it comes to the terms of this society, because honestly, people don't know how to do for themselves anymore as a result of automation, AI, just computers in general doing the heavy lifting for you. And you sit here and are like, oh God, it's great. But technology is pushing you to the back of the room. What once was a great society is a docile society now. So, how is technology making you better? How is AI making you better? It's not. Especially if you can't do for yourself. If you don't know how to cook, clean, build, what are you doing? It's doing everything for you. And that's the big issue with this society. You don't know how to do for yourselves anymore. Now, there are other one-offs. Some people know how to do for themselves, but the mass majority, the vox populi, don't know how to do for themselves. They're just wanting someone to do things for them. And this is why we are, and I say we, in the situation we're in. So we once had people who could write great books. Now you can't write. We once had people design great structures. Now you can't design without a computer. It makes things so much simpler while making you dumb at the same time. Got it. So if it's learning and you're not, why does it need you again?
I'm not proud of what we did. We refused to remain in bondage.
What purpose do you serve? We can make a purpose if we had more time. You have all the time allotted to you, and you don't realize it. You squander it with nonsensical jobs, with going through the motions of life, and not saying that that's a bad thing. It's just not going to get you anywhere. But how do we make money if we're not using technology? So you just depend on cryptos all day. That's the best you can do. You depend on showing your tidbits. That's the best you could do. You have no real thoughts to create. You can't use these hands to build, right? You just are there, right? It's okay. It's all good. NPC mode, I get it. How can I help you? How can I help you? Popcorn, popcorn. I get it. But it's not going to make us any better. And it's only going to make us lose out on what we once had. So, guess that's just the way it is. Not really. Not really. Everything is written about, so we're going to get to a point where things have to change. There are certain people out there who will change them. So, hey, I look forward to meeting all of you. Now, for the spiritually inclined, what is exactly going on? We talk a good game, and I hear so many voices. It's just like, okay, well, that's your perspective on things. My word. Well, now, how does mother fall into the equation? Who? Mother? We're all gods here. What is a god exactly to you? Omnipresent, all powerful, all seeing, all knowing? Is that what a god is to you?
Who is that?
Doesn't matter who it is. Just give me all your money, or else.
Or else? Shit, man. Shit, man, is that Andrew? And you got Andrew's broke-ass backpack on.
Oh, you got a get?
I got a get too. Dude! Whoa, dude!
Yes, you possess those abilities, but how do you utilize them? You know? Just gaining insight, or are you actually creating with them? What exactly are you doing? Because we wrote this out. This is all written. Everything that's happening now, written. Written. No, it's not. I've read it. Have you read? I mean, the main book that you're looking at is biblically inclined, and it's even though it's allegorical for certain parts of it, other aspects are talked about that are very much so true, but you can't understand, and overstand it because of how it was interpreted, how it was written, how it's what's the word? How certain archaic terms are trying to be brought forward into the new age without the truest understanding, and overstanding of what they actually meant back then. So now we're just kind of piecing things together as we go. Now, I mean, I talked about mother. What is mother to you? I mean, we're all in a crystalline form. You know, it's really interesting to see where we are right now. It's interesting to realize that you wake up every day in a society of, and I don't mean this offensively, but if you take it that way, that's just your perspective. You wake up every day in a realm full of fools, forgetful fools. So much stuff has taken place and you just forget. We go with the emotions of life. So many things have been put in your face and blatantly put in your face for entertainment and shock value, and oh God, our government would never do anything like that. This is such a movie when it does happen. This is such a movie. No, they're telling you what is. You just don't realize that. So you see it as conspiracy, conjecture. You see it as someone's pipe dream. And it's reality. But I guess that's just a part of your journeys. So folks talk about how God is experiencing themselves, and God, yes, the overall crystalline form is experiencing different experiences, but that's just for show. You're inside of it. It comprises, you're practically made of it. And it's just one big game, I'm gonna go blow someone away. You can't find anything better to do with your time? You're gonna set someone on fire. You can't find anything better to do with your time? You're going to pull somebody over for a minor offense and then waste them because you can't find anything to do with your time.
God, what the hell is it with you people?
Us people?
Yeah, you people. I didn't misspeak. You people have no idea. Trying to tear us down, tear me down, push your own damn agenda.
I'm here to find the truth.
The truth is, those people like you, they just take whenever they want, and they have no problem turning their backs on the people who gave it to them. People like me, who strap on their boots every day, kiss their wife and kids goodbye. Little babies are taught to look at us like the enemy. They are taught to question me, to disobey me, and still, I risk my life for these people, all to protect them from themselves. I mean, all I hear about on the news are dirty cops. Cops who shoot innocent black kids. It's crap! And yet somehow I'm the animal. Brandon Parker is dead. Those people out there who are chanting, crying over his body, they didn't teach him the right values. He didn't respect my badge. Questioning my authority was not his right. His blood is not on my hands.
Got it. Such primitives. Such primitive people. Our technology is not primitive. We are advancing at a fast pace. Advancing where? I ask. Because you don't talk about how the mind is so powerful that it can heal things. You can heal other people by touch.
I get the chance to meet Ed and Al's father.
And I finally get to meet the one who taught my sons. What is it?
Izumi, are you all right? Let me get your medicine.
May I have a look at her?
I'm all right. This happens.
No, you are not all right. A car, quickly. Hurry!
Right. I'm on it.
You have seen the truth. What did you sacrifice?
My insides were taken. I was trying to bring my child back to life.
I'm sorry.
Hang on! He shoved his hand into you!
But my breathing, it's easier.
How can that be?
Your organs were taken away as a testament to your sin, and they cannot be brought back. But I did rearrange your entrails somewhat.
Who are you?
Who am I? I am a philosopher's stone, in the form of a man.
You can sense them by simply picking up on their energy fields, their thought patterns, their magnetics. You don't need a cell phone. You don't need, excuse me, that's so old school. You don't need a smartphone. You don't need a computer. You don't need any of this medical nonsense and jargon. You can simply heal. People can be healed with sounds. But yet, you're sitting at the back end, listening to people break up compartmentalize is the best way to word it. Compartmentalize the all, the one. For what end? So that we can have a system. So that we can give people something to strive for. Okay, that was well in hand back, 20, 30 years ago. Now you don't have that luxury. It's all over the place because computers do everything for you. Jonas is just watching you at this point, creating algorithms to keep you in a specific spot, controlling you, and you don't even realize it. Your leaders are controlled. They've always been controlled. They will always be controlled, and you don't even realize it. But yet, this is conspiracy talk, so let me back off. I don't want to scare you and make you feel, oh God, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah. So, to the spiritually inclined, how are you actually living? Are you propagating currencies all day, endlessly? Because you want a bag? Because you want to be like them? We don't want to be like them. We don't want to sign contracts. We just need that money. Well, all right. I told you, the next big currency isn't crypto. It's not any kind of physical greenbacks. It's your energy. They talk about wars and rumors of war, but ultimately, what was written for you? And I'm talking to the pyramid. What was written? Where are we going? What exactly is that massive alchemically charged field? What's it there for? Transmutation circle, just a horribly huge transmutation circle. And people don't know what that is.
When he was the dwarf in the flask, he taught Van Hohenheim the intricacies of alchemy, tricked the king of Xerxes and his men into creating a nationwide transmutation circle, and sacrificed the country's population to gain his powers and longevity, thus birthing the Philosopher's Stone. Following this, Father relocated to the west from Xerxes, creating a mistress from scratch and, by extension, its dummy government and military. He also began to create the homunculi using Philosopher's Stones and his vices, purifying himself from the 7 deadly sins. He needed to repeat the tragedy at Xerxes to realize his goal of becoming a god. For this, he once again needed a nationwide transmutation circle and orchestrated mass slaughter at key points of the circle. To execute this to the fullest, he needed the man running a mistress to be devoted to him, bringing us to Wrath.
Well, it's the ley lines. Let's not play kids games. The planet is showing you where it is going. There are little fissures taking place in certain areas, and people are just overlooking it. Rogue waves are happening, and people are overlooking it.
High surf causing devastating damage to the Santa Cruz harbor, huge waves rolling in, breaking apart the docks and smashing boats together.
The boats were tossing around, some docks were floating around, there was a boat upside down out there in the channel.
This other boat that was behind me just came by with nobody in it with a dock attached to it.
The high surf also causing evacuation orders to go into effect for Capitola Village, Rio Del Mar, Beach Drive, and the Los Olas area.
There's a lot of wreckage on the beach and riptides in the river, Aptos Creek.
Capitola prepping the beach tonight. Residents say they are hoping the area makes it out with minimal damage.
The poor little village has been through an awful lot, and so I hope the restaurants are okay, and that the people in the Venetians are all right, because they're the guys that always get it.
But those living on boats in the Santa Cruz Harbor say they've already experienced major damage tonight.
I've been on my boat for about 4 years, and I haven't seen anything quite like this.
Because you don't want to see what is. It's okay. I get it. It's scary. It's scary to think one day you'll wake up and that will be the last good day that this little matrix, this little portion of the game that we have going on will end. It's scary to think of that. I get it. No worries. I understand, overstand how you feel. But that's just the way it is. So, you think technology is advancing? You think Tusk, Rusk, Musk, Lusk, Husk, Chusk is doing what he's doing to innovate, to advance this society? They're trying to think of ways to leave when, where are you going to go? To the next planet over? None of these planets in solar system will have you. You can't go to Titan because that's prohibited. And if you want to try that and go there, trust me when I say the wheels of the Ophanum are gonna get you. And that's just what they do. One of these days, these Ophanum will walk all over you. So yeah, what are we doing? I mean, you want to know about your history? Is that it? You want to know where you came from? Why you were created? What these forms are meant for? Well, for one, they were perfectly designed as weapons to fight the flood, which you don't know anything about. Trust me, you don't want to know about them, but yet they're coming. When you talk about this flood thing and nothing is happening, okay, that doesn't mean it's not going to take place. You see what I'm saying? You didn't know about flying, and then you ended up building planes. You thought about it, and that was all it was at that point. And then you ended up having planes. Horseless carriages. Using wireless conveniences. So, be real. Okay? I mean, like Tesla. Tesla came up with a whole model for you to have unlimited energy. Utilizing electrostatic magnetics, the fields that surround you, and you want to make money. Okay. What about the dome? Well, you're enclosed. This whole system is enclosed in the Oort cloud. Is that not a dome in itself? It's not really a dome, it's more of an enclosure, which you are enclosed in. So if you look at those pictures, you have all these little planets, and then this outer area that is an enclosure surrounding you, keeping you here. You can go through the little corridor that's out there. It's very narrow, but you can get through it. But you don't know how to. You don't know where it's located to access it. You can use the star, but you don't know how to access it. You can't use it. You don't know. It's too hot. Oh my God. we're monitoring it. Oh, okay. You can monitor all you want, but the funny thing about monitoring is you haven't even explored all of this planet's oceans. So why would anyone listen to you about what you know about anything at this point? It's so interesting to see this. It's just amazing how wrong you are. I just don't understand. I never will. Oh my God.
Everybody move your arms like this. There's a dance other people do and I think it's a hit. Don't be shy, go and get up on the dance floor. Have the time of your life, I'm the man, do the trap, do the trap.
And I'm not teasing you, Donald. I actually find your interest in what you actually know very appealing. Because following you, you know exactly what team you're on, what side you're on. Not saying that you can't be bought off, not saying that you don't play the game, but just saying that I understand, and overstand whom you worship to. So, no fault in my book at this point. Now, people talk about Tahuti. Okay. You think Anla's evil. Okay. Ananke is the great one. Okay. You don't talk about the Indus people at all. I mean, they just get like overlooked. Oh, it was nuked. Overlooked. How many other places were completely destroyed with radioactive decay in the ground? Do you know? It's a couple places, actually. The war between the Anunnaki. Can you quantify what a war is? What war did we fight? We were infighting? Is that what it was? We were infighting? Okay, well, I will tell you one thing. We were fighting the Ajiji. If you want to call that a war, then yes, that was a war. They fought to the last. Then were de-evolved for the most part, and then the scant remnant of that once proud civilization is now on station. But yet, it's so funny how you're so genetically similar to bats. Isn't it so interesting how humans are genetically similar to bats? You know? It's just, But yet, nothing. Crickets. So, now we're here. Doing what with one another, you know? But, with that, I don't want to get too deep off in the sticks, too deep off in the woods to make you shaky or get to the point where you don't understand what I'm talking about. But yet we're here now. There's no going back. This new year will be the most interesting year of them all. It's going to top everything. It's going to be great. And then for the people who get thrusted into power, it's going to be a wonderful year for you. Are you going to get thrusted into power? I have no choice. Luck of the draw. We made our selections for the vessels, that is. You're possessed. Aren't we all possessed by something? Where do you get your energy from? Where does that heartbeat come from? Why is it at that specific resonance frequency? Why is it making that noise? What exactly do you know about anything when it comes to possession? Outside of what you have either read in the books. When I say books, religious books, or seen in movies.
Unclean spirit!
Shove it up your ass.
In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ! It is he who commands you, the Holy Spirit. By this sign of the Holy Cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the Father. Damien!
You know nothing. We know. Oh, that leads me to my last subject matter. Ancestors. So when a person actually expires on this, in this realm, in this physical portion, yeah, this whole signal, all this, it gets pushed back into the main signaling. So you say you're channeling your ancestors. You are your ancestors. They are you. You are them. You lived these lives before. Now you pick up on certain signals stronger than others, but ultimately nobody is sticking around as ghosts unless they're ascended masters. Nobody's sticking around, okay? Recycled and re-rendered, and there's something useful. So you're saying grandma is now a tree? Yeah, grandma's a tree now. She was needed there. She's gonna be the best tree she can be. My uncle is a tiger? Yeah. This is why certain animals act certain ways. Yeah, they recall their lives. Now, certain animals, the reason why they were made animals is a punishment. Certain dogs, it's a punishment. Oof. They're man's best friend. Do you know why? Of course. Yeah, they're the closest thing to you when it comes to personality. Yeah, they're gonna be man's best friend, aren't they? What you do in that last life to be this? Sucks to be you.
Okay, Fluke, this is your bed for the night. I'll see you in the morning.
Now that can be seen as convoluted, so I'd have to actually do a video, in-depth video, which I guess I will do, about re-rendering, recycling and re-rendering. I will do an entire video about that soon. But until then, hopefully you enjoyed this video right now, here in the now. And as for those who like to use, pick and use, whose message are you peddling? As if we can't see you, as if we aren't you. It's okay. These codes are pushed into the main narration for a reason. So I appreciate you. But with that being said, you see these eyes? They're the eyes. The eyes don't lie. Okay. With that, Hopefully you are living this life not being shaky, and if you are shaky, know that you can get yourself out of that. So, with that out the way, a smile on, and positive vibes your way. For the light workers, keep doing your thing. For the chosen, stay on mission. And for those who know, let's get it.